Here we are, Lake Rotoiti, South Island one. That's a big ass eel. That's a small one. They did say it was full of eels on this lake. Like a jetty, and they went wrong. Before we hit the road to the ferry. Right, so both the vehicles made it back to Picton, and we're just in line for the old Blue Bridge. Waiting in line for the ferry. Here he is, coffee 400. And
401.
And it tastes like...
It's not bad, it's not bad.
Oh, that's good. This is ferry terminal coffee. Right, here we go again. Going back to the other side, back to the North Island, but we're going to take the Blue Bridge this time. We were on the Inter-Islander last time, so we'll see what the Blue Bridge is all about. We've got a cruise ship over there that came in before. Right, here we go. See what the parking's like on this one. On the North Island, the old gold member and the Suzuki have made the whole trip around south, so they've done pretty well actually. Now we're just going to go to one more camp and then we should be back to Gisborne. This fella taking his little car on the boat, almost the size of Brum, the old TV show. Yeah, I reckon.
Have you ever see them in the ocean?
on the hill over there, you guessed it, we're heading to camp. We're back in the North Island, so we'll just have a camp on this side and then home tomorrow. All goes well. And once again, does this look familiar? Last cook up in the night again. Castle Point. Castle Point Lighthouse. Changes colour. Goes orange, yellow. So this is the beauty of Castle Point at night. The old lighthouse changes colour, has a mean beacon off it, but obviously quite hard to pick up on the old phone. But just a cool end to the trip. Bit of a way in, but it was worth it. We're absolutely shattered, so probably a few photos and sleep, I'd say. Call it a day back in the North Island. Yeah. So it's pretty much the final day of our trip. We stayed at Castle Point Campground. Nice campground, just the people that were next to us, 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, having a party. Inconsiderate as. I let that office know and them know how inconsiderate they were. Anyway, today, Castle Point, it's quite calm. Usually it's quite rough and windy. We're going to go to the top of that hill over there if we can, before we pretty much head off home. One last hurrah. Pretty neat view though. Cool. It's like an overhang. So we just made it up the top lookout. Castle Point is way over there somewhere, the lighthouse. We're just looking over the bay. Usually it's insanely windy here, so we're quite fortunate. Rightio, South Island, bit of recap. Beautiful place. We obviously tried to see everything we could in a small time frame. 2 weeks is not enough when you've got to do so many driving. Really like the Hooker Valley track into Mount Cook. I really like the drive into Milford Sound. Like, you wouldn't even have to do the boat tour. It's just amazing. You're always looking up. There's just mountains everywhere and cool waterfalls. It'd be cool to see on a wet day. I'd like to stay more around the Abel Tasman, have a bit of a nosy. We were quite rushed on that day, and we didn't even make it to Nelson because we had to make it to our boat the next day. So that would be a pretty cool area to go back to and have a look around. Even in the winter time, the snow-capped mountains would be quite pretty. But it's really cool to see the history there, like the 1800s. All the engineering that went on is incredible. Like a bridge we drove into, Skipper's Canyon, was like built in the 1800s. It's still solid today. Cool history up in the mines and all that sort of stuff. Amazing to see how many Chinese settlers were actually around in that time down south. I never knew that, so that was really cool to see. And they've still got old huts and certain houses and stuff like that, so that was cool. The cars have been going pretty well. Like the Honda's been pretty good, just ticks along, ticky motor, bloody rear's sagging a bit, but that's alright, and the Suzuki's been going really well. All it's had is just the exhaust, needs a bit of putty on it every now and then because it keeps breaking the seal between the new muffler that's on, so we just keep dabbing that every now and then, but other than that, running pretty flawless. We'll say South Island, big open roads, long, really flat in the middle, a mountain, and then you come to a mountain, it's like the steepest hill ever. And in the South Island too, the public toilets are all so clean. Like in the north they're just so rugged and buggered, like down there they're so clean, and they actually look after their stuff, no tagging, no stealing really of all that sort of stuff. They leave places unlocked for you to look in, heritage stuff, all the stuff's still there. Like in the north I feel like it would be taken or something. It's just totally different down there, bloody eye-opening. But yeah, just watch out, a lot of one-way bridges, a lot of camper vans that don't really pull over for you, but the mountain drives and stuff like that, they're huge, but it's amazing, absolutely amazing. And I really enjoyed like Arthur's Pass and stuff like that driving through. It's just so cool to see. You just drive along and all of a sudden you're driving up a big mountain off and then a flat road. It's so dry down there too, like compared to the North Island, but nah, all in all really cool. Glad we did it. Fellas here are riding their scooters to Wellington for a good cause.
I might just go up the road there now,
the old Tui Brewery, Manitonoka. Up on the final leg of our journey, we just made it into Warrell, so about an hour to go and then we are done. And there we have it. Both vehicles made it back home, and as I checked the meter, we've done 5,939 k's around South Island and a bit of the north, and I both made it back to town, so that's good. Give this thing a bit of a rest now. There we go, it's off. Thanks for joining the journey.